You heard it here, folks. Potioncraft is coming out of early access this fall, and in anticipation of that, they've released a beta branch already. Now this post is already available, you can go look it up on the Steam page, but they are now looking for testers, which means they have released a beta version, and all of the patch notes, what you can expect to see, so we'll be going through that today. Now the main things are listed here, so we're going to have a completely redesigned water map. For people that know the game, it looks like this. So all of these will be moved around, shifted, the bone zones will be different. Lots to do, lots to relearn, different potion paths will be figured out, so everything will be different on this map. Alongside this, there's a new oil-based map, and that's dedicated just to the oil. So before you were pouring water in, there will now be an oil option. Now of course there's also new map mechanics, so we're going to see teleporting vortices. Probably oil and water will have closely related, but distinct areas. Big experience books for those people that want to really level and get those haggling points. Now what that means, well, if they're going to be changing the entire map, then yeah, it makes sense. We're going to want to see maybe a teleportation between Berserker and Charm. Maybe you want to make a potion that is fire and ice, and maybe there's a way to do that faster if you use a teleportation. Now the one I'm super interested in is the new effects and quests. We're going to do a bit of a deeper look into that because they have devlogs kind of pinned in this post as well. But new effects means new things on the map. There might be some just for the oil map. It's all in the beta, and we'll check that out in a different video, but I want to keep this one short, just so that you know the basics, you know what to expect, and then if you want to see more, let me know. They're also going to be introducing new quest requirements, so alongside these new dialogues and new people that you're going to meet, we're going to be having different requirements. So maybe you can't use fire, or you can't use lava root. They haven't really said much other than it'll be ingredient based or a level base, but this could get super interesting. You could get some pretty crazy potions and a lot of money from them maybe. New salts will be added as well. We've already got salts for Void, we've got life salt for the Rubido. Now we're getting philosopher's salt, which is for the philosopher's stone. But we're also getting moon salt and sun salt. Now what does that mean? Well, it seems like that means we're gonna have some sort of moon or sun crystal, or it's gonna play off the citronatus somehow and the albedo. Whatever it is, it'll be interesting to see how they integrate salts into the game, because right now, the ones that we have don't really get used very often. Void salt is just prohibitively expensive, and that's not even to mention the life salt. That's even more prohibitively expensive. Outside of this, we'll have customer classes with unique challenges, so again, more diversity, more people, more voices if you like my series, and then relationships. They've been mentioning this for months now, having relationships and how they kind of affect how much money you get, how the people like you, how the reputation will work into that. That'll be so interesting to see. And then maybe they'll even hook it into the haggling system. Maybe those haggling choices are only offered to friends or enemies, and you get more money if you can haggle a friend or an enemy. Now there's some other things. Accessibility options are super interesting to see. The save and load system will make all of your old saves basically unusable on the new patch, which is understandable. We're gonna get a new animated loading screen. I'm definitely gonna put that in one of my videos. And more sort options. They do have a devlog, but it's not listed here, but you can definitely go look this up as well. Now I do want to touch on the ingredients because as you can see, they have quite a few. Right now we have a good amount of them. These are the current ones in the game, I believe, but then what about all these? Are we going to get all of these? Or are some of them not going to be able to be used if you have, I don't know, a good reputation or a bad reputation? Will they change the pathing? Will it be a shorter path for a good reputation person versus a bad reputation person? What about these tentacles? What is this game doing about tentacles? They're going to be splitting it up into these sections, so instead of kind of having all the north ingredients and the west ingredients, there will be air and flight and magic and energy. And you can see they've already started kind of getting these ready. Like, how can you say that one recipe is better than another if you have, I don't know, 15 different ingredients? How are they gonna even give that many to you? Are you gonna have to make them yourself? Are they like garden exclusive? Who knows? The ones that I'm very interested in about are these processed skillfully ones. Does that mean that we can start making our own ingredients? And how do those play into it? This is all speculation, of course. I haven't played the beta, and I don't think I will. I kind of want to just jump into it day one and see what I can find out. Now, this one has been known for quite a while now, but you'll have a bunch of different themes that you can now do. So maybe these change based on the person. There's a lot, and I mean a lot of different icons. It used to just be like bread and water and wind and, you talk about the weather. But now you'll talk about food, and maybe this person enjoys food. And you can see that these are locked. That's interesting to me because it means that those are probably tied to the reputation system. And of course, the higher you go, it goes faster, bars are much harder, but the good deal versus bad deal, very good for you. Now they do have this info screen. You can look this up. I'll put it in the description as well, so you can go and look at this and see how they're going to be changing this as well. And of course, the final one that I do want to mention is the save. I kind of mentioned it already. The current save system is being completely overhauled. So if you like your current saves, well, save them somewhere, because they'll only be usable on the old patches. So you might want to save a local copy, archive it somewhere, and then if you want to go try out an old branch, then that's up to you to deal with. But moving into the next section of the game, the early access is gone. If there are some sort of non-backwards compatible versions, they'll mention it here. It'll say this save version is incompatible with the current version of Potioncraft. And of course, it's unlimited saves, so you don't have to worry. You don't have 1 to 5 anymore. You have as many as your disk space can handle. Every single day, if you want to save just to keep your progress, and maybe you want to go back to day 12 because day 14 wasn't too good, you've got that option now. Now, some other things that they haven't mentioned that I'd like to point out. They've already have this button here, Shop Upgrades. So this is in development. Maybe it'll come with the update as well. Some other things that they were playing around with were the legendary recipes. Currently, if you want to keep your recipes together, you have to do it yourself. These are all for one recipe, these are for another, and it gets kind of difficult to keep everything, sorted. What they were kind of playing around with was being able to put those all into one group, and then you would just click the one button and you'll have a Citrinatus, for example. Hopefully they do that as well, and hopefully they upgrade the Alchemist Path to have more chapters, because now we'll have oil bases, we'll have everything new. The manual is still in development, whatever that means, and of course we'll have more legendary recipes along this side. If they're adding 3 more, then we'll be right at the bottom of the page, so we might see that they get a little bit closer together, some UI changes, and probably if we're seeing moon salt and sun salt, then this contraption over here that has kind of just been left here. It wasn't used in any of the potion recipes that I'm aware of, so maybe this will be used in a future upgrade for moon salt or sun salt. Now I think they'll keep the basic structure. You'll have the garden, you'll have the shop, you'll have your bed up here, and you'll have your shop, of course, with people coming in every day. That won't change, I don't think, but the things they do in those screens definitely will. So get ready for more sorting, get ready for more ingredients, get ready for more headaches trying to figure out what the best ingredient is and how you can get a little bit more juice out of your potions. Now, if you're interested in seeing the gameplay itself, let me know and I'll make a video about that as well. But right now, it's just a quick update video so you know what's coming down the pipe. But for now, that's it for me. Thanks for coming along, and hopefully you enjoy the update. I certainly will. Hopefully you do as well. This is Retro signing off. Click like and subscribe if you want, and I will see you in the next one.